Oh, what?
Holmes, my God!
Yes, we found him like that.
Our messing around with the ventilation system didn't go unnoticed. Mr. Hamish realized that we knew.
Inspector, could you arrange the body, please? I should like to examine it.
Maybe it wasn't suicide, maybe it was murder. Oh, here we go.
Holmes, his left shoe is unique. This anomaly is often a characteristic of...
A club foot. Bravo, Watson. That is the key element of this case. The mark around the neck is very visible. He died instantly.
Is that it? Life has become a living hell. I find it unbearable. Dunn deserved to die, but I cannot forgive myself for having his blood upon my hands. We, Hamishes, seem to always fall victim to our circumstance. I find myself to be no exception. I must atone, and I shall do so here and now. Farewell. Interesting. Clubfoot. The worn-down double heel of his left shoe reveals that Martin Hamish suffered from a clubfoot and tibial torsion. I have no idea what the hell that means. Martin Hamish was unable to run due to the tibial torsion on his club foot. Therefore, we should find out if he had sufficient time to lock the door of the Colonial Collection room and activate the ventilation system. Did he have an accomplice? Discussion with Lestrade, the possible impact of new clues found on the body of Martin Hamish.
Something about this rings very oddly.
Why do you say that, Mr. Holmes?
Why? Because of Mr. Hamish's club foot. Oh, I deserve to be kicked from here to Charing Cross. I should have noticed it.
But, Mr. Holmes, I can't see why.
No, I don't suppose you do. You must recall that Mr. Dunn was locked inside the Colonial Collection room by the murderer. If it was Mr. Hamish, he would have had to run up to his workplace to trigger the fan situated above it, taking into consideration the condition of his foot.
Well, it is still possible.
Perhaps, but it is rather strange that such a person as Mr. Hamish decided to base his plan on the speed of his gait.
You mean to say that somebody helped him?
So the suicide is questionable?
Correct. Mr. Hamish accuses only himself in his letter, and so the investigation stops.
Possibly an accomplice, then? That idea had not occurred to me, Mr. Holmes.
I have another idea, Inspector. Thanks to the testimony that we have collected, we are able to rebuild the events as they took place that day.
With a timeline, such as we did in the Jack the Ripper case.
Precisely.
The map at the entrance of Kew Gardens should help us with our timeline.
Let us analyze the facts and statements so that we may recreate the events of that morning.
Whoa. Okay, him. Martin Hamish and Montague Dunn. Montague Dunn went to meet Albert at the Seed House around 9:30. Boop. Martin Hamish returns to the Seed House. It was around 20 minutes to 10 when Hamish and Montague Dunn went out to the backyard. After 10 minutes, Dunn recommenced his inspection and entered the dry topics room. Hamish returned to the Seed House. 20 minutes to 10. That's this, 9:50. It was at 20 minutes to 10 when Hamish and Montague Dunn went out to the backyard. After 10 minutes, Dunn recommences inspection and entered the Juratovic's room. Okay, so 20 minutes to 10 when that happened, then 10 minutes after, like that. And then Mordecai Dunn went to the, after 10 minutes, Hamish went to the scene house. Yep, like that. Martin Hamish had a conversation with Miss White at 10 o'clock. Miss White was in the laboratory until 10:40 when she saw Hamish and Albert in the water lily greenhouse and joined them there. 10 o'clock. Boom. And then 10:40. Like that. Hamish ran to Albert as soon as he observed that Montague Dunn was unwell, which was at around 10:30. Like that. And then Albert was in the seed house the entire morning. He observed Hamish returning from visiting Miss White at around 10 minutes past 10. 10 minutes past 10 will put him right there. And then Albert was in the seed house the entire morning. And then this would also be 10 past 10. Yeah. Like that. Play the events. Is that it? Play more events? Or not? Oh, right, there's nothing here. Okay. So there needs to be something on each timeline. Okay. So, let's go back to the events timeline. Backyard. Okay, it was around 20 minutes to 10. Oh, 20 minutes to 10, right. When Hamish... Okay, that's like that then. Went to the backyard. After 10 minutes done, recommenced his inspection. Recommenced his inspection and entered the dry topics room. Hamish returned to the seed house. But then there's something missing here. Martin, let's see. Martin Hamish had a conversation with Miss White at 10 o'clock. That was this. Miss White was in the laboratory until 10:40, which is this, when she saw Hamish and Albert in the water lily greenhouse and joined them there, which was right here. Yep. Hamish ran to Albert as soon as he observed that Montague Dunn was unwell, which was at around 10:30, which is here. Albert was in the seed house the entire morning. He observed Hamish returning from the visiting 10 minutes past 10. That's this. There's no 20 minutes past 10, is there? It was around 20 minutes to 10, which is right there. We're now after 10 minutes, which is 9:50. Yeah, right? I don't see. Let's go back to the timeline. Hamish returned to the seed house, which was... it was around 20 minutes to 10 when Hamish and Montague Dunn went out to the backyard. After 10 minutes, so 20 minutes to 10, 9:40. After 10 minutes, Dunn recommenced his inspection and entered the dry topics room. Oh, okay, hang on. Oh, that was at the same time. Alright then. Play the events again. Yep, and then there's nothing there. Oh wait, there was nothing there, okay.
Let us summarize. Montague Dunn was poisoned inside the Colonial Collection Room. He forced open the door, which means that someone locked him inside there at 10:20. Martin Hamish was last seen at 10:10. This means that he has approximately 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room. Given that he was club-footed, it is doubtful. Albert also has 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room, which is quite enough time. Miss White was last seen at 10 o'clock, which means that she had approximately 20 minutes to lock the door. More than enough time. Perfect, Watson. Now, let us ascertain who assisted Martin Hamish in killing Montague Dunn.
See. Albert is not involved. Martin Hamish and Albert are not accomplices. It is unlikely that Albert would have had the opportunity, and 10 minutes would have not been long enough to lock the door of the Colonial Collection. He did have time. I mean, he's a young person. He can run. Albert was Martin Hamish's accomplice. 10 minutes would have been enough for him to follow Montague Dunn and lock the door in order that Martin might activate the ventilation system. Okay, so the ventilation system was actually in both of the, was in Albert's office and Hamish's office. So, given that, I'm actually going to say he did have time. Maybe he didn't have time. But what's her face, Miss White, was in the sea house, which is exactly where the ventilation system can be turned on, or at least the access, whatever it is. I'm gonna say no. Am I missing something? Hamish's timeline and what's timeline? Let's see. White had time. Miss White had 20 minutes. It would have been enough to trap Montague Dunn. She would have locked the door and alerted Martin Hamish to activate the ventilation system. She did have time. She had more than enough time. 20 minutes. Hell yeah. White is an accomplice. So, okay. Hamish is guilty, absolutely. And White was the accomplice. 20 minutes is long enough. Plus, he threatened to fire her halfway through her studies. While the boy, I mean, he would have loved to be, oh well, hang on. Is that every single clue? Is that everything? Do we have anything? Determine the identity. Okay. Okay, we have to make our decision here. Okay, another clue. Albert's lack of experience. Albert is not very good at botany. It is doubtful that he could have learned how the plants might release their deadly spores. Albert had the biological knowledge to stimulate the deadly plants. I hardly doubt that. So White was the accomplice. Okay, we're gonna go with this, and if it's not right, then I'll find out the real accomplice. Miss White is a dangerous woman, very capable of carrying out an elaborate murder with monetary gain. She flirted with Dunn's son, Albert, and later pushed Martin Hamish to his suicide. She deserves the rope. I'm gonna go with absolve. Let's see, Margaret White and Martin Hamish accomplice is killing Montague Dunn. Her professional ambition and personal situation had been damaged by the breakup with Dunn. I'll go absolve. I mean, I kind of want to get like a good karma type of thing, like the yeah, and I'll go with absolve. Yes, confirm my moral choice.
But Holmes, how can you be certain that we'll find Miss White here?
It is obvious, Watson. Just use your brain.
I am using it. I do use it.
Now that the rope has tightened around Martin Hamish, Miss White must act to erase all traces of her implication. After the suicide of her accomplice, there is one final trace remaining: the deadly plants of the Divine Syndicate. She will be there.
Very good. Shall we go?
Just one moment. Now listen to me, Watson. I shall see her alone. You will conceal yourself behind her, quietly.
Whatever are you planning?
Nothing spectacular. The impulses of women have always been a mystery to me. But she is a bold one, and so we must be cautious.
All right. You can count on me, Holmes.
Mr. Holmes, good day to you.
You do not seem surprised, Miss White.
Well, I was expecting you.
Not for too long, I believe. So please tell me, as it is still unclear, who planned the murder? Was it you?
You were wrong, Mr. Holmes.
It was Martin Hamish, then. You managed to convince him to take on a more prominent role.
You could not be further from the truth.
You think that you can fool me?
You don't care what I think.
I am not blaming you, Miss White. You are a young and brilliant woman, trapped in a dull and hostile world. Life has never been easy, men in particular.
You... It is hopeless.
Indeed. Well, it may be true that I cannot yet change the world, but I can spare your life.
My life. There is nothing left to save. I have lost everything. Do you hear me? Everything! And you were just like all the others. You would abuse and take advantage of a vulnerable woman.
I hardly think so. Now just listen to me.
I've tried so hard, but I have had enough.
Miss White, no!
Uh-oh. Another attempted suicide. Step.
I beg you not to do this, Miss White.
Don't come any closer.
Alright, calm yourself.
Please remain calm. We can help you.
Not one step further. Don't try to stop me.
Stop this foolishness. You cannot truly want to die.
No, it's too late.
Come on, Watson. Boop! Nailed it.
Well done, Watson. She was not faking.
Miss White, you have no right to take your own life.
Dr. Watson? Did you just save me? Or worse?
I got it right, didn't I? Nailed it! Woo! Nice. Miss White is a desperate woman, a victim of society. When Dunn cast her aside, her life stopped. She killed him in pure desperation with the help of Martin Hamish. She was the one who locked the door of the Colonial Collection room directly after Hamish released the caterpillars. She did not deserve such a terrible fate. Nice. It was obvious, really. Let's see how other people did. 91% people, wow. And 22 people made the same moral choice. Maybe she did deserve to die. But I kind of want a more sympathetic Holmes. I don't want like a kill-hungry, you know, law-stricken one. But yeah, 91% of people solved this case the same way that I did. And yeah, so that's pretty good for me. I like that.